writer fee. Okay, so let me give you some examples of how to transfer information from the example rate sheet to Movie Magic Budgeting. I'm running out of screen real estate here, so I'm going to have to go back and forth. Alright, so let's just start at the top. This one's easy, the writer fee. So I was already in that one, actually. So I'm going to double click on the number here to get into the accounts level, story and rights, and double click on the 1 here to get into writer fee. You can see on the daily rate sheet, I only have a total or allow of $1,000. So this one's pretty easy. My units will be A for allow. My rate is 1,000. And my subtotal is then 1,000. 1 is fine for the units if you're using allow because it basically doesn't factor into your equation at that point. Okay, let's go back to the accounts level and we'll do the copyright fee, which is the same in allow. So again, I've got A for allow, a rate of $35, and my subtotal is auto-calculated. So you can see if I move back to the top sheet, the total for this account is calculated here, and it's already populated here, and here, and here, and in my grand total. Okay, so let's do one that's not an allow, total or allow. Let's do the unit production manager. I was giving you the example of before. So we need to go into the below the line section under the production staff account. So here's my below the line section. Here's production staff. I'm going to double click here. I've got my unit production manager, and you should notice how the example rate sheet follows along with your budget template. So you've got the line items listed here, and they're going to be exactly the same as they are listed here. I might come over to another page here. Okay, so let's double click on the 1 here to get to the unit production manager's details level. And we can see that we need our unit production manager for 5 prep days, 1 wrap day, and we know we're shooting for 5 days. So that's 11 days total. Let's make sure there's no notes over here. Okay. So we've got 11 days total, so I'm going to combine 2 weeks and 1 day here. So the first one, I'm going to say weeks. The amount will be 2. The multiplier would be 1, and the weekly rate, 3,500. Okay, so I've got him or her budgeted for 2 weeks. I need that extra day there. So if I want to add another column, I can come over here to this one, right click, or if you're not using a mouse, control click, and insert a row. And I just need to add that 1 day. So the amount be 1, units days, multiplier stays 1, and the rate is $750. And there's my subtotal. These two added together are the 7,750. And if I wanted to make a note here of why I did this, I could even write in there if I wanted to 5 prep days, 5 shoot days, 1 wrap day. In case I'm like, why did I split it up like that? Okay, so that's what the description is for. And if I go back to the accounts level, you can see my total is there. Now would be a good time to save this. I'm just going to save it and make sure I don't lose my work here. So the rest of these, you can pretty much follow the same general guidelines. Let's find one that is going to use that multiplier column. Okay, here's one. In the notes section of my production assistants, under production staff, I'm still in production staff here, it's telling me that I need 2 production assistants at a daily rate of $95. They don't have any prep days or wrap days, so I just need them for the 5 shooting days. So let's go into production assistants, and it said I need them for 5 days because I just need them for the shoot days. So units is day, amount is 5 days. Their daily rate would be $95. And since I need 2 of them, instead of making another row and putting in all this information again, I could just use the multiplier column 2. And that's multiplying everything for a cost of 2 production assistants. So I can even write in the description, need 2 production assistants. Okay. So that's how you would use that multiplier column. Back to my top sheet, I'm beginning to fill in all this stuff. Remember, I'm skipping around, but you need to do everything that's listed here on the example rate sheet. Make sure you fill out everything that's listed here under line items, gets transferred into your Movie Magic budgeting template. Let's do another one that has that multiplier column here. See if I can find an example. Okay, for location drivers, I also need 2 here. So let's go under transportation. Let's see, transportation, double click, and in the location drivers, it says I need 2 in the notes. And they have a daily rate of $75, no prep days or wrap days, so I'm just needing them for the 5 shoot days. So I need them for 5 days each at a rate of $75 a day. And I need 2 of them. So instead of making another row, I can just add 2 to the multiplier column and get the total of $750 for 2 location drivers for the 5 days. Okay, so that should be pretty easy at this point. A lot of these are just total allowance numbers, so those should be pretty simple. The last thing that is a little tricky is this loss and damages under general expenses. So let's check out general expenses, loss and damages. You're basically going to have to calculate this number yourself. So after you've filled in everything else, all the other line items, you'll come to a grand total. Okay, so check out, let's just say I've filled them all in already, and my grand total is $10,485. Oops, let's go back in here. So I need to allow for 2% of that, of my total above and below the line budget. Actually, it shouldn't be the grand total. In a normal budget, you'd be adding fringes here. And your other expenses here. So you actually should add just above the line and below the line cost here. So let me find a calculator. And we'll add the 1,035 for my total above the line and my 9,450. Oops. 9,450. Remember, your numbers would be a lot bigger here because you'll have all of this filled out. And then I need to figure out what 2% of that is. So I can just times this by 0.02. And that would be $209.70. So I'm just going to manually put that in here in the subtotal. Oops. Actually, it won't let me put in the subtotal, so I'll put it here, $209.70. And that'll, well, round up, I guess, to the subtotal here of $210. So that's only actual math that you have to do yourself. Movie Magic Budgeting will do the rest of it for you. Alright, so once you've got everything listed in your top sheet, all of the line items filled out, all of these numbers, nothing should be a 0 here, and making sure that your budget is close to $150,000. You are done with this assignment. You should save your file. You should close Movie Magic Budgeting. Oh, that's fine. And your last name, first name, underscore budget, you should turn that into a zip because you can't upload .mbt files to the course site. So control click here or right click and compress and upload this file to the course site to turn it in.